So you know that you are called to coach. You already know your purpose. You know that God has already called you into this. He's called you into coaching. He's called you to transform lives. But you are stuck in the middle of your calling and the consistent cash flow that you need to be able to transition into your coaching business full time. And so on this episode of the Daily Dose with yours truly, I'm going to be breaking down for you how to go from calling to cash flow in your coaching business. All right. So for those of you who are not familiar with me, my name is Janelle Renee. I help you to grow your business and to be able to transition into coaching full time without having to chase clients, without having self-sabotaging behaviors, and without having to sacrifice time with the ones you love the most, your family, your children. All right. And so the Daily Dose is divine overflow of spirit-led empowerment. This is where I empower you and equip you and encourage you to go forth and build out your God-given business. All right. And so I'm really excited to bring this forth to you. The issue that you're having is not so much your offer, not so much your content, not your consistency because you're showing up, but the issue that you're having is really like the way in which you're positioning your content, right? So you're showing up consistently, but you're not speaking to your elevated clients. You're not speaking to your best clients. You're speaking to block clients, right? And so I do have an acronym that I use inside of my Accelerator program where I help my clients to really decipher like the difference between speaking to block clients, people who are blocked financially, emotionally, intellectually, like they're just blocked. They're in survival mode. They're lazy. They're looking for someone who's just going to hand them the results as opposed to wanting to do the work. They're aimless. They have no vision, no direction for their lives. They're hesitant. And so when you're speaking to clients who are blocked, who are lazy, who are aimless, who are hesitant, you're not speaking to your dream client. You're not speaking to your best client. Your best clients are clients who are brilliant. They see the value in what you have to offer. They are energetically aligned with you and your mission and your values. They are self-sufficient, right? So you're not stringing them along or carrying them along or having to motivate. They're already self-motivated. They're already self-sufficient. And so you're not a babysitter, right? They don't need an accountability partner. They want someone who's going to come alongside them, partner with them because they're already empowered. And also you want to speak to your clients who are trustworthy. You know you can trust them. It's a mutual trust between client and coach relationship. And so you can trust them to show up to do the things that you're suggesting for them inside of your coaching program. And they trust you to know that you're going to also put your best foot forward to help them in that transformation as well. And so this is the difference between speaking to block clients, clients who aren't ready, and clients who are your best clients, right? And so some language that you can possibly be using that's like repelling your best clients are like, maybe you could be possibly thinking of them as blocked financially, right? So if you're thinking of them blocked, you're like, oh, maybe you don't have the money to invest right away, or maybe you're talking to them as if they're not ready. And so you're speaking to people who are still blocked and they're not action takers. You need to be speaking to action takers. You need to be speaking to your audience in a way where you're assuming that they're already ready, right? They're already ready. And so it's a matter of using language that's actually going to be positioning you obviously as the expert because you're the one bringing the transformation, but then also activating. So you're no longer just motivating, right? You're no longer just inspiring. You're no longer just teaching, but you're switching your language to really speak to the accelerator within them, right? And then so my coaching program is literally the Business by Belief Accelerator, because I'm called to accelerate the vision and the drive that you already have inside of you, right? You're already driven. You're already self-sufficient. You're just frustrated because you don't have like the systems in place, right? Maybe you have some limiting subconscious beliefs that you're not aware yet, that you can't really pinpoint yet. And so these are the things that I help you to really overcome and to break through inside of my Business by Belief Accelerator. Just pinpointing the things, the blind spots that you cannot see. Right. So the first thing you're going to do inside of my Business by Belief Accelerator, you're going to craft your signature offer. Right. So maybe you already have your offer, but if you don't, that's literally the very first step that we do. We literally design and handcraft a signature offer that is designed to the desired lifestyle that you want, right? Something that is actually scalable. We create your signature framework, and you can actually replicate this framework and make it a course. You can make it a guide. You can make it a book, a written book, a workbook. Like, you can diversify this one framework in so many ways. And once you understand the process of creating a offer, you can do it over and over and over and over again, right? And so that's the first step we do, right? Creating your offer. The second step we do is like magnetizing your message so that you're no longer repelling your best clients with language that's speaking to people who are blah, speaking to people who are in survival mode, speaking to people who are not ready. They're hesitant, they're aimless. When you're speaking to people in this type of language, your business is going to stay stuck because you're speaking to people who are stuck. And so these are the people you're calling into yourself. You're attracting people by your language. The Bible says, my sheep know my voice, right? And so you have to think of it that way. When you're showing up in your marketing, you've got to be marketing in a way to really attract your dream clients, your best clients, the ones that you are thrilled and love working with. Those are the people you need to be speaking to. And so I help you to develop that magnetic message that draws people in. And we do that through story selling formation. My formula that I have, I went through that in a few lives ago. But it's a whole system that I've created to really be able to speak and share stories to activate the buyer within, right? You're speaking to people who are already ready. They're already showing up. They're already looking for you. So you're not convincing. You don't have to convince. You don't have to chase anyone, right? That's not what we do. We don't chase clients. We attract them. And I teach you how to do this inside of my inside of my Business by Belief Accelerator. And we're also going to develop your simplified sales funnel. All right. So you're not on a constant content hamster wheel. You're showing up from a place of empowerment. You're showing up from a place of overflow because you are not burnt out trying to chase and create content, trying to chase clients, creating content on overflow and overwhelming yourself, right? And so that is how I help you to truly be able to step into your God-given calling as a coach full time. It really takes you learning the ins and out of the language, the right language to use to be able to activate the buyers within your audience and stop speaking to clients who are not ready, who are hesitant, who are inconsistent. They're just tire kickers, browsers. Like, you're not speaking to those people any longer. And so if you want to go from your calling, you know, you're called to coach. So if you want to go from just your calling and you're tired of like piecing together strategies, trying to figure it all out yourself, and you're ready for a consistent cash flow within your business so that you're actually making 5-figure months, you want to dive into the Business by Belief Accelerator. You can comment belief and I'll send you the application to apply for the Business by Belief Accelerator. All right. And so let me know if you have any questions at all on anything that I discussed in this live. I'm going to go ahead and jump off of here, but be sure to comment belief and I'll send you the application to jump into the Business by Belief Accelerator. When you're ready, I know you're ready. You're already ready. You've been at it for some time now and you're frustrated because the things that you're doing aren't working. The way you're speaking about your offer isn't working. You're probably not even in love with your offer, or you've put something together, but it's not selling. it's either the offer or it's the way you're speaking about the offer. But inside of of my Business by Belief Accelerator, I help you to really break down and look at the nitty gritty and see, okay, where is the missing link here, right? And so we do that work together inside of the Business by Belief Accelerator. So if you are accepted inside of this program, I'm telling you, you're going to have a well-oiled machine within 6 months. Okay. Like, this is the only coaching program that you'll find where belief meets business and where purpose meets profit. Okay. And so I really am looking forward to your application. I'll review it and see if you are a good fit for this program. And in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and jump off here, but I'm going to tell you, just as God told me, put one foot in front of the other, step out on faith, and trust God for the next step. And I'll see you in the next live. Bye.